Hey, welcome to this edition of How to Q, adding a nest, throwing in one of these. Let's get started. Hey, if you got an Ecobee, check out this video. All right, here's the Nest Thermostat I'm installing. There's the power connector, and more importantly, there's the wall plate. You don't know what you're gonna find behind your thermostat, so I highly recommend those. Links are down in the description. All right, I popped off my basic thermostat. Here's my setup. Definitely take a picture. I can't emphasize this enough. Take a picture of your current wire setup. Notice I've got a jumper wire. You've got the red wire going into the RC and a jumper over to the RH. In the Nest world and the Ecobee world, that just means an R wire. That'll help you when you see if this is compatible. All right, let's move on. All right, I know not everybody has a voltmeter, but I wanted to just show you if you do want to check the voltage on your system. I have a 24 volt system. You put the red lead on the red wire and the black lead on all the others. Notice I do not have a C wire. That's why I have to get a power connector. Make sure you turn off that circuit breaker. This is low voltage, but always turn off that circuit breaker. I did connect my C wire and I got about 14 volts out of it. I pointed out that stud earlier just because that's what I screwed into. Use drywall plugs if you don't have that. Okay, through the app that you will download when you install your Nest, it's going to tell you how to wire your system, what wires you have, and how that corresponds to what you do with the Nest. Again, that red wire is a substitute for the jumper wire, and the O on my old system is now the OB, which of course for me was a blue wire. Okay, at this point, the app will instruct you to put the Nest on, and of course, there will be no power. That's why you need a power connector. For me, that means I need to go up to the air handler that's on a roof, 100 degrees here in Phoenix. You may be going down to the attic, up to the attic, or down into the basement to go to your air handler. You open up your unit, this is exactly what you'd like to see. The letters are all there, the wires you can see easily, and using the diagram in the instruction book, it's easy to see. This is what I got. It is a mess of wires, but underneath all those wires, you can actually see the letters. Here's the instruction manual, and here's how to wire in that power connector. I'm showing you obviously really quickly how I connected my power connector. It may be a little different in your case. They really do give you a lot of options in the Nest instruction and on the app for how to wire your system. You can always slow this down or pause it to see exactly what I'm doing. But instead of using screws and screwing those wires in from what you probably are looking at, I'm just using wire nuts to connect all the wires. That is literally the only difference in what my project is and what you're probably looking at. Here I am just double checking every wire is correct. In the instruction manual, actually they have this little sticker that comes in. I stick it to the back of mine and this job is done. Can't emphasize enough double and triple checking those wires because you don't want to have to go back up into your attic or on the roof. Button everything up. Head downstairs, hit that circuit breaker on the way down. You want to see that. It's blue. That means it is cooling. When you see these letters, you want to see them in blue. If they're grayed out, that means it's not connecting. That shows that the power connector is connected. And this job is done and air conditioning on. All right, that's it for this job. Again, that Ecobee video is in the top right-hand corner. I would love for you to subscribe in that bottom right-hand corner. Everything I use is down in the description. I'd love for you to like and leave a comment. That's it for this edition of How to Q. We'll see you next time.